I've been waiting for YouTube Rewind to come out for like 12 months now, and for some reason I had kind of high expectations for it. This is a reconstruction of what my first reaction to it looked like. Okay, alright. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's rewind time. Yeah, if I control rewind.
Rewind needs more science. Could we do an experiment?
Love that. Melting lipsticks.
Education के field के लिए पैसा जुटाया है.
Can we also give a moment to Asian representation in entertainment this year? Major strides were made.
And to the people who put aside their differences.
And before I get into it, there were some things that I liked about it. I like the fact that more non-Western channels and more of the animation channels had a bigger role in it this time, albeit the same animated channels and kind of non-Western channels, but it's something. They included Fortnite, you know, they put it in a lot there, showing it was popular for the whole year round, and they, that's it. That is it. Oh boy, you're gonna wanna sit tight for this one. I ain't seen this man for a long time. The first thing that annoyed me about this YouTube Rewind was the representation, or their lack of YouTubers. For the last few years, YouTubers follow the same kind of pattern in how they pick YouTubers. And the algorithm for who gets in and who doesn't kind of goes, if you're a YouTuber who makes content for a large or young demographic, hasn't got into any kind of trouble in the last year, and have featured in a previous YouTube Rewind, then whoopsie-doo, you're a winner. But if you violate any of those 3 points, then sorry, matey, I don't think you make the... This is basically regardless of any of the kind of impact you've had on YouTube in the last year. You could have literally been the hottest, most trendiest topic every month for the whole year. But if YouTube deems that the kind of person you are, the kind of content you make, or the kind of things you've got into in the last year don't follow these 3 points, then sorry, matey. Which basically means YouTube Rewind isn't YouTube Rewind anymore. What you end up getting is the same few things repeated and dragged out for the duration of the whole video. The amount of stuff that happened in the last 12 months that they missed is it's almost hilarious. Like, I actually watched it and I laughed to myself thinking, is there like another 10 minutes of this video that we need? Or where is, for example, anything about the KSI versus Logan Paul fight, which was one of the biggest, if not the biggest streamed event in internet history. Definitely YouTube history. Where were all of the memes? Yes, they included some, but not nearly enough. Not nearly enough because these are the kind of things that were shaping the content and the trends on YouTube. You had the same kind of things repeated over and over again. The foil, Fortnite. Where was PewDiePie versus T-Series? They didn't even have PewDiePie. They didn't have their biggest, most influential creator on the site. How could you not include somebody who has 74 million subscribers, who's done multiple things that have trended this year, not some for good, some for bad, but you don't include any of it. There was nothing about the hurricanes. There was nothing about the documentaries that were made. There was nothing about TikTok. I can't even believe that I'm mad about this, but there was nothing about TikTok. It's almost a disservice for YouTube. Oh no. It's so cheeky for YouTube to title it Everyone Controls Rewind. Especially that one bit where they basically went, oh, let's listen to the comments, and then proceeded to ignore the majority of the comments. But you know what they did have on YouTube Rewind? They had Casey Neistat, who... What did Casey Neistat do this year again? Wait, they had Liza Koshy, who hasn't really been a YouTuber for about 9 months. Oh, but she had a YouTube Red show. Yes, YouTube Red. Can everyone watch YouTube Red? No. Yeah, Liza Koshy's done some great stuff this year. Off YouTube. Okay, fair enough, but they had Will Smith. Will Smith was just a guy! He is who he is. I mean, well, he made YouTube videos. No, he has a team of people recording, editing, and uploading videos for him. What on earth did Will Smith contribute to YouTube history apart from the fact that he is who he is? Well, there was Big Shaq. I love Big Shaq, but 2017. Yeah, but... You want to know the thing that made me rage the most when I first watched this? To the point where I almost dropped my phone into the toilet, because that's where I watched it first. It was the 2-ish minutes in the middle of the video that they dedicated to something that I call niceness. It was the part of the video where the YouTubers thanked the people who had put aside their differences to make something special, where they thanked the working mum. It was the part of the video where they highlighted those who had taught people, or who had dreamed, and how YouTube was now this big team and family. This is great. This is nice. It gives you that warm feeling inside that YouTube is great. But this is not YouTube Rewind. I could probably talk for hours about how YouTube is trying to virtue signal and paint themselves in a certain light for X, Y, and Z reasons. But honestly, I won't, because I don't care. If YouTube wants to make a spotlight about what was the most positive thing that happened on YouTube, or what was the best charitable work that was done on YouTube, then great. But if it's not a major trend, don't put it in the video. All I want to see in YouTube Rewind is the main trends of YouTube, the biggest trends that happened that year, the biggest videos, and the ones that got the most views, from the best and worst creators on the platform, all clapped together by a blend of the most popular songs on YouTube in 2018. And since that is what YouTube Rewind is, or at least the name implies, YouTube should display this and own it in an honest and truthful way. Yes, there were loads of things that happened this year that are controversial and negative in X, Y, and Z different ways. I'm not denying that. Even for all the people saying, well, YouTube can't possibly put all the controversial things that happened this year on there, can they? It wouldn't make any sense. It would make no sense, David. Why would they want to show all the negative stuff that happened? If you can make Logan Paul and Jake Paul work last year, then why on earth did you miss out so many things this year? To summarise, YouTube Rewind, and therefore by association YouTube, sucked. It sucked. It was trash. Like what I just left in the toilet. Because, in my opinion, YouTube is too scared or too lazy to highlight what actually happened in 2018. If anything, this just highlights that, in YouTube's eyes, the age of content being king is over. Done. The one in which the most daring, the most entertaining, the most lively videos don't take precedent above what feels good. You know, they're just trying to suck in this feel-good feeling. I'm all for positivity. I'm all for goodness. But this, I can't stand. I really, really don't like this. If you agree with me, tell me. If you disagree with me, tell me. If you like this video, if you didn't like this video, either way, subscribe. I don't think I made this video, but it really pissed me off, so